Welcome to High Cap Fridays, where information becomes action and action expands capacity. Knowing this stuff is great, but putting it into practice, that's what actually changes things. I'm Michelle Grosser, trial attorney turned nervous system strategist, and every Friday here on High Capacity, I'm going to give you one nervous system tool and one high cap move to take into the week ahead. Something really short, really practical, and designed to be acted on. Let's jump in. Hey, it's Michelle here. Welcome to our first High Cap Friday. I am so pumped about this series. Obviously, because I think it's going to be awesome for everyone listening, for us to actually take the things that we are learning through the week and then come together on Friday and have one action item to put into practice in the week ahead to help us expand our capacity. But also, I'm really looking forward to this personally because these are all things that I've wanted to be more intentional about. So how cool is it? We get to come together on Fridays for just a couple minutes. I'm going to give you guys one really quick coaching concept. I'm going to give you your one high cap move of the week to take into the following week. And the whole point here is integration, okay? You're going to be actually doing the thing, not just knowing it or understanding it, but actually doing it, put it into practice. So the Tuesday episodes are going to be for the learning if you're new here, and the Friday episodes are where it's going to become real. So let me have this as the standing invitation. If you're going to hit play on Fridays, that you don't just listen and let it, live in your brain, but that you're actually going to commit to doing the thing that we're all going to do together on Fridays. All right, so this is where it becomes real. Let's go. So for this week, for this High Cap Friday, the concept is open loops and your brain, okay? So most of us, I think most people, and then definitely most working moms, we are walking around with so many open tabs in our mental browser and probably none of them fully loading. Just think about it. Every text you have to get back to, every conversation that kind of started but didn't finish, every decision you still have to make, every email you have to get back to, every, the things that are coming up with the kids and the end of the school year, every task that's on your to-do list or anything that you kind of started but didn't fully complete, those are all open loops, okay? And your brain treats every single one of those open loops as though it were this still active, unfinished file that it needs to keep track of. So we call this the Zeigarnik effect. And it was named after this Soviet psychologist back in the 1920s. Her name's Buluma Zeigarnik. So mad respect in the 1920s that she put this together, and it's named after her. But the idea is that she found that the brain fixates on incomplete tasks way more than it does on completed ones. So this is so fascinating. But what she did is she interviewed a bunch of different restaurant waiters, okay? So like the people at the restaurants that were coming to the table and taking the order and then writing it down and then going back into the kitchen and submitting the order to the cooks. She would interview them. And what she found is that the ones who had just written down an order but had not put it into the kitchen yet, and the order was still open and the table was still there and they had not closed their check and paid yet, when she interviewed them with open tabs, they could remember almost every single detail of the order. So they could remember what each person had ordered to drink and what they had ordered for, if they were going to have an appetizer or an entree, or if they had ordered dessert, and who was going to have what. But the minute that their food came out and they paid their tab, she'd interview them again, and all of them forgot almost instantly what was ordered, who had ordered what, all of that stuff once the check was paid. And so she got really curious, and what she found is that the brain is wired to hold incomplete things in our working memory until they're resolved. Okay? Fascinating. And here's the problem, and here's how, it relates to the work that we do here. Our working memory has a limited capacity. We only have the ability to hold so many open tabs in our brain. So every time we have an open loop, that's occupying real cognitive real estate that could be used for, focus, creativity, decision-making, just being present with our people. And it's not just like a mental thing. It's actually physiological, right? We know that here. Your nervous system is quietly burning energy to keep all of those files open, to make them accessible so you can like grab them when you need them, make sure you don't forget. And I don't think we feel each loop individually per se, but we just kind of start to feel like overwhelmed or scattered or tired or, anxious. And it's like, what is going on? Like, I've just been all over the place today, or holy moly, it's like 2 p.m. and I'm fried. Like, I'm having such a hard time focusing and getting my work done this afternoon. That low grade depletion, so often part of it is that we have all of these open loops that are quietly taxing our system in the background. And for most of us, I'll speak for myself, this is happening most of the day, almost every day. And I know that feeling, right? We get that little dopamine hit when we like finally finish something and we check it off. When we close a loop, we feel it, right? We feel it almost immediately. It's this subtle, but it's a real release. Our capacity is freeing up in real time when we close the loop. So that's your high cap move of the week this week, okay? Every Friday, you're going to get one of these. Your high cap move of the week is your specific invitation to put what we're talking about into practice for the week ahead. So this week's high cap move of the week, you're going to close one open loop, at least one. Pick one, okay? Pick one. Maybe right now it's already come to you or it's coming to you now. That's creating the most tension when you think about it. Is it, the text you have to return that's just been sitting in your inbox and it's like getting lower and lower and lower in your phone as new texts are coming through and you're going to have to go search and find it to respond to it? Or you're like, man, I gotta get back to them before they follow up with me again. Like, go respond to that text right now. Pause the show and go respond to that text. Maybe, I know for me, it's like summer camps are like swirling around in my mind. I'm probably already behind the 8 ball. It's mid-April and I haven't signed my kids up for summer camp yet. So if you feel me, if that's like something you've started to narrow down or look at and you haven't made any decisions yet and it's been on your mind, go, right? Go make a decision and register your kid for summer camp if that's something that's been an open loop for you. Maybe it's, all of the stuff that happens in May, right? All of the recitals or the end of the year teacher gifts that's like been sitting in the back of your mind. Or maybe it's the outfit that your kids are going to need to wear on, the end of the year school concert or piano recital that needs to be ordered. Maybe it's an appointment, right? Maybe you have to schedule dentist appointments for you or the kids, or maybe it's a pediatrician appointment, or maybe it's an exam for yourself, right? Maybe you haven't gone to get a physical or you need to go get a mammogram or something. Like, whatever you've been meaning to do that hasn't been done yet, choose one thing, okay? Go pick the thing that's creating the most tension. And when you think about it, because that tension is actually where your nervous system is telling you like, hey, this one's eating up a lot of energy. Okay. So choose one, not this whole list that I just kind of rambled through. Choose the one that's pulling at you most and go close it out, right? Done enough to take it off active hold. Now, here's where the coaching happens. Okay. Because don't wait. Don't finish your commute first. Don't add it to your list for this afternoon or for tomorrow. Can you choose something that you can do right now? Identify one open loop, name it, right? If you can, and write it down if you have something nearby, because the moment you name it, you've already started to close it. Your brain knows you've seen it. The loop gets a little more closer to closing. And then, go do it and then come back and hit play once you've got it done. Why does this build capacity? Closing loops isn't just productive, right? It's actually nervous system work. Every loop you close is one less file your brain is quietly managing. It's one less drain on your cognitive capacity. It's one less drain on your energetic capacity. I'm even thinking about putting in maybe a daily, like 5 to 10 minute block, probably over when I break for lunch, where I just like call it my close the loop block. And I put it in my calendar and I sit down and I just choose 1 or 2 things every day that are open loop tasks that I can just sit down and complete in, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, because it's going to make a big difference. If we're closing loops regularly, you're going to start to notice that your baseline is going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more spacious. There's going to be more room to think, right? It's not like a metaphor. That's your working memory coming back online. All right. So that's it. That's your first High Cap Friday. So one concept, the one move, you're going to go close a loop, 1 week to make it real, and then come back on Tuesday for another full episode of High Capacity. And then I'll see you next Friday with your next High Cap move of the week. All right, go close that loop. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for listening today. If you haven't taken the What's Your Capacity Pattern quiz yet, it tells you which of the 5 capacity patterns is driving your exhaustion, your reactions, and your stress. So you know exactly where to focus your energy first. It's free. It takes 2 or 3 minutes. The link is in the show notes. And then come back on Tuesday for a full episode where we go deeper on the nervous system science and the tools behind everything we've been building. I'll see you on Tuesday.